My name is Mark Chalmers. I'm President and CEO of Energy Fuels. Energy Fuels is a completely unique company that's focused on the energy transition. We have a company that is centered around uranium production, and we're rapidly advancing a portfolio of critical mineral production from rare earths and other elements in an extraordinary way. And it's a very exciting story, and there really is no story like Energy Fuels.
Mark, welcome to London.
Hey, it's great to be in London.
Well, there's a lot going on downstairs, isn't there?
There's a lot, yeah.
But I dragged you away, right? Big news from you. Tell us what it is.
Yeah, Matt, I tell you, I couldn't be more excited about getting the positive shareholder vote out of the Base shareholders for the combination with Base Resources that has a long history of profitably producing heavy mineral sands and also has this Toliara project in Madagascar. I believe that the combination of the team and that asset is company changing for Energy Fuels.
Right. Now, obviously, I think the Base shareholders understand the mineral sand side of the story, the equation, ilmenite, rutile, etc., and the markets are well understood. For you, though, it's more than that. You get something for free.
Yeah. We get the monazite for free. For free.
Yeah.
And the exciting part for us is that when you look at the heavy mineral sand business, particularly with world-class assets, is these deposits, these projects stand on their own. They make money on their own without any credit for monazite. And this project, that project, the Toliara project, has a lot of monazite. So I believe that for decades to come, 30, 40, 50 years, this is going to be a company-changing event for us and for the shareholders of Base Resources.
Right, and of course, for Base, the timing couldn't be better because you've solved a problem for them, right? But you've also solved a problem for Energy Fuels with monazite. You've always said to us after Bahia, we're out there. We're trying to identify the right project to give us that feed that we need for the rare earth component of the story. I mean, where does this put you in terms of monazite inventory, as it were?
It's probably up to 50, 60,000 tons a year of monazite, which when you convert that into NdPr, it's about the same scale of Linus is the molecule supply that we're building.
The Australian rare earth company.
Yeah, the Australian rare earth company. And I think I've told you before, but we did a global search of heavy mineral sand companies that had a lot of monazite. And we used TCMI, which is a consulting company in Perth and Singapore, and they searched 70 projects, and we came up with number uno. We went after it, and we secured the deal.
That's Base.
It was Base.
Okay.
And I think this is a great testament to how focused we are on trying to building a world-class, world-scale, low-cost rare earth business on top of and in conjunction with our uranium business. So there is no playbook here, Matt. We're coming up with it because there's never been an energy transition like there is today, and we're writing the book here.
Okay, well let me try and understand it, because it's really the full package, isn't it? In the US, in a critical minerals hub that you got with the White Mesa Mill, etc. And I'm heading there next Sunday, I think. Next Sunday,
yeah,
I'm
I think it's the 14th.
Or Saturday, next Saturday.
Yeah, 14th, right. Yeah.
So with the kind of rare earth components, some people get it, some people don't, right? Because rare earth prices have been a bit erratic, and it's kind of down, it's been up, it's a bit all over the place. But for you trying to be a Linus, or equivalent to Linus is a $6 billion Aussie company, right? So it's not too shabby.
Not too shabby.
And the reason they are able to do that is because the margins involved with projects like that, once you're able to, you're up and running, and you can build, process, extract, and sell into market, is meaningful.
Yeah, it is meaningful. Now, price of NdPr right now at about $50. I mean, that's putting a strain on everybody, and putting a strain on Linus and MP and others. It put a strain on us. But the beauty of our strategy here is that for particularly next few years, we're going to be producing uranium while we get these projects, either fully permitted, constructed, and up and running. So we've got a couple years, 2 or 3 years of runway to pull this all together while we're producing uranium and ramping up the uranium production. So there really isn't, again, a model for anybody else who has done this. And again, I'm just tickled that our company has this capability to do what we're doing here. So
How do I value this thing? Because if I look at in mining companies, I know how to value them. I know what the multiples are. It's okay. It's good. When you're kind of getting into processing, like you're talking about doing something, like if I look at a Linus, the multiples there are
they're up there north of 10, 20 to 1.
Right.
And look, at heavy mineral sand revenue is really low, usually like 3 or something. So when we do valuations on it, we kind of split it up what the appropriate multiplier is for a uranium producer, what the multiplier is for heavy mineral sands, and for the rare earths. And so we actually blend that out to try to figure out where this could go. So, but I think the most important thing is, I've taken heat over the last year or so because we've been, we started with Bahia and then we got the Donald joint venture, which I need to make sure that people understand. We have committed to spend $15 million to get to a final investment decision on Donald.
Yeah.
At that time, we'll make our final decisions on whether we go forward with the project or not. We believe we'll be going forward because it is a unique project in itself. But we have been building this critical mass on the back of uranium at scale, as I said, in the order of Linus in time, not overnight, and pushing sort of the order of some of the Chinese monazite production for rare earths. And it's really rewarding to get to where we are right now.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, I'm going a bit more blunt here with it. And you don't say anything, but I'm saying, as an investor, I'm looking at the kind of that blended multiple approach of yours. And even if I take a sort of quite conservative view on that, it's significantly higher than the multiples you're getting now. I calculate, right? So and there's the other factor here is with base, you're talking about a 30, 40-year life of mine based on current numbers that they put forward, right?
Correct.
You're going to have to assess that yourself.
Yeah, the whole time we've been on this execution of this critical mineral hub, it was always focused on economics. It's always focused on profitability. It's about taking the bumps out of the road when you see the prices of these single commodities go up and down and how brutal those are to other companies. And we've seen it. We've seen it with uranium lately. We've seen it with graphite and cobalt and lithium. And so with our ability to process the radioactive materials that we're going to be processing, it just fits into our wheelhouse really nicely. So.
Okay, so for the patient investor, it's building into something quite nice for a long-term return, and the types of money that Linus, if I look at Linus, the types of monies that they return, types of margin they make, again, it's very different from mining type margins as well. I think that's the kind of interesting factor to me when I start leaning into this.
Yeah, I think that when people are looking at energy fuels, we still believe that our best offense and defense is low cost. And the strategy that we're executing is 100% focused on that. And I think the fact that it doesn't touch China, and we've got a number of these, several different countries here. When you look at Brazil, you look at Australia, you look at the arrangement we have with Comores and Florida and Georgia in the U.S., and then you look at Madagascar. We've diversified ourselves in the supply chain from multiple sources. And I think that's a differentiator as well, too. So a lot of these companies have a single mine or whatever. And now with, after close, which should be in the next couple of weeks with Base, we'll have a project team to help execute that strategy in the Southern Hemisphere.
Well, I think that's enough. That's all I want to focus in on. I want people to try and understand a little bit about what the opportunity is here. You've worked really hard to get this thing across the line. It's a good feedstock for many, many years ahead. Now you just got to deliver the back end of this.
There's a lot of work to do. Yeah. There's a huge amount of work to do. So I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I know it's going to take years, but you got to start somewhere. And we started when a lot of people weren't looking at the rare earths. We started when the uranium prices started to move, and I believe our shareholders are going to be rewarded handsomely in due course. Now, that may be a forward-looking statement, but I feel very, very good about the future of the company.
Good man. It's good to see you live.
Great to
and
see
in
you.
person.
Always good to see you.